Welcome to a very special edition of the Tag Team Supremes Prediction Show. It's our holiday extravaganza. My name's Justin Blank. Thank you for that.
Brushing off the snow that's falling on us right now.
We don't have the money for snow special effects.
Oh. Well, alright.
Especially not snow that'll fall and land on us.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
This green screen is shit.
UFC 125 is going to be the discussion tonight, but right now, let's introduce this person to the left of me. It's someone who is very synonymous with the holiday season. It's Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Welcome to the show, Ralphie.
Oh.
I'm really glad that you were able to take time out of your busy Hollywood schedule.
Alright, let's not be a dick.
Are you the one that later does porn?
No, that's the kid that licks the pole. Surprise, surprise.
He knew since he was a child what he was meant to do.
Exactly. Hey, doesn't my father look like he could beat my mother?
He probably does. It's the 50s.
Doesn't he kind of look
That's
that
what
way?
they do.
And my father's way too much into that lamp. Like when he's feeling it, he is like saying.
And also,
"God damn."
I will say this: that Santa Claus setup where you get your picture taken, is that the most elaborate Santa stand you've ever seen?
That is actually every kid's like, oh wow, that's awesome.
And I feel bad for the I feel bad for the handicapped kid because there's no way he's gonna make it up those steps and down the slide. He gets his picture taken from the bottom. Look it up.
It's like it's that little.
Oh yeah, that's good. We'll send Santa a letter about what you want.
Tell Santa what you want. Oh, he can't make you walk.
Nate Diaz versus Dong Hyun Kim, and also for a special treat for me and you at home, he's going to give us predictions of what's going to happen with the winning fighter for 2011. This is very exciting, and since he gets his predictions so right all the time, I'm sure his predictions for what will happen in the upcoming year, like Nostradamus over here, it'll be perfect, spot on.
Thank you. Usually you're not so kind. Anyway. I feel like that Dong Hyun Kim is a good, well-rounded fighter, but I think Nate Diaz is better on every aspect. So, what are you going to do? On that being said, I definitely think Nate Diaz is going to keep it standing, and I think he'll just outbox him, because I think that's what the Diaz brothers like to do. I think they would rather stay up, even though they're better on the ground, but whatever. And that being said, I think Nate Diaz will be considered next year for a title shot. I just said it. Whoa.
Wow. Very, very something.
Well, think about it. He's with Greg Maynard. I mean, people consider they thought he won that fight. I mean, there's his fights he's lost. He hasn't really lost.
Yeah, but when was the last time we talked about Greg Maynard?
Or he's fighting for the championship right now on this card, the one we just mentioned like a second ago.
Isn't that something? We're going with Nate Diaz. Chris Leben versus Brian Stann.
I think this is a terrible fight for Brian Stann. I think they have similar styles, but Chris Leben hits harder and definitely can take a punch better. And now, unless Brian has somehow improved his game, I know he's training with Randy Couture and has really improved his game and even added a ground game to it. But I don't know. I mean, he's in his 30s now as it is. It might not be. It might be a little late for him. That's all I'm saying. Best of luck to him. I know he's a Marine and all that, so, good job, you. But, that being said, I don't see him winning this fight at all.
All right, predictions for 2011.
I think Chris Leben, if he can stay out of jail...
Hey, come on, he's only human.
If he can stay out of jail, I think he's going to stay pretty much where he's at. Like a pretty middle-road fighter. I for a while there, I think he felt like questionable going to be in the UFC. I think he's going to stay in the UFC, but I just think he's going to be like a top 5-7 fighter.
I think
he's just a good name on a card.
He's very fan friendly. Like
Exactly.
Everybody loves Chris Leben when you see him on there. He throws hard and he takes good beatings.
I don't like seeing him when he's on the road though. All right,
well,
because apparently what are you gonna do?
Well, I heard he was also very friendly to the cops, so
that's very nice.
Nice of him.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna go with Chris Leben. Clay Guida versus Takanori Gomi.
I know the popular pick's going to be on is Clay Guida. All right, it's going to be 3 and done for Takanori Gomi.
That's his name.
And I'm going to go with the popular pick on this one.
Good. Now we'll finally fit in.
Exactly.
What's up, friends? Facebook us. The Tag Team Supreme MMA. We can break back and forth, talk about each other's days. Girls that we like.
Okay, all right.
Girls that don't like us.
Slow it down, slow it down.
But that's pretty most of the conversation.
Yeah, I really don't. I think a lot of people have fallen off of Clay Guida's bandwagon now. He doesn't quite have the. I don't know. A lot of people thought. I think we're thinking title shot all the way for him. I think he's at best a 5th place person in the division.
Okay.
And I think Takanori Gomi is going to be 3 and done in the UFC. He was a lot of guys have problems coming into the cage, and he's definitely one of them. And he just wasn't. You know, some people just look better in other places, and he definitely did.
Like dim lit bars.
Exactly.
We're gonna go with Clay Guida. Prediction for 2011 for Clay Guida.
I think he's going to get a big time fight coming up here. All right.
This is gonna be very exciting for the Guido family.
Exactly. But it's going to be versus Snooki from, right? Because she likes Guidos.
She does. She likes a gorilla juice head.
Exactly. No, I think he'll actually. I do think he's.
I bet you they. Nah, I don't think so because I think Snooki's gonna be at least a welterweight.
But I don't see him. He's going to stay where he's at in Division 2. Like, you know what? No, I'm going to go 2 steps farther. 2 steps farther. He's going to lose after this. He's going to win it. Then he's going to lose 2 fights. Borderline being cut from the UFC. That's where we're going to be left off by the end of the year. I don't think he'll get 3 fights in.
Wow, pretty exciting.
Exactly.
All right, Clay Guida, you've got a questionable future. Now it's time for the main event. It's New Year's Eve. It's kind of what we're going. It's a holiday thing.
Oh, gotcha.
We're just moving along with it. As Dick Clark would say, it's New Year's Eve. Rise to your crush and take my job. That's what he would say. Not to make fun of a man who had a stroke.
You just totally made fun of me.
But I actually appreciate that he's on there. Anyway, it is time for Gray Maynard taking on Frankie Edgar.
I think it's really going to be very similar to their last fight. Now, I agree both of them has proved. But remember, both of them has improved. Because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, no, Frankie Edgar's not the same fighter. No, I don't think he is. But I think Greg Maynard's not the same fighter either. So you got to remember, they both have improved. The problem is still going to be Frankie Edgar's smaller than Greg Maynard. And Greg Maynard has a better wrestling background. And that's what's going to dictate the fight. And he's going to keep picking them up and putting them down like he did last time. And now, that's not discount. Greg Maynard's stand-up has improved way more than Frankie Edgar. Right? And there are going to be some pissed off people that I said that. But bam, it's in your face.
Deal with it, bitches, and you got to suck on it for all of 2011 because he said it.
That's right. So
I hope this haunts your dreams and ruins your holidays. 2011 predictions.
2 of them. Frankie Edgar is going to drop back down to 145 where he belongs. All right? Because, remember, the reason why they moved up from the WEC is because the money wasn't there. The money was in the UFC. Now it should be across the board. Right? I mean, at least you would think. So, that being said, he's going to move down. Greg Maynard's going to hang out, fight, maybe win 1, then lose the second one, probably when BJ Penn comes back up and fights him. And I think BJ Penn wins that fight. And then all is well, again, for, Hawaii and BJ Penn. Let's move on.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. You guys have a safe and wonderful holidays, and really thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And check us out on the Facebook page. For some reason, us appreciating people watching is very funny to Camera Girl. You know what? You don't watch anymore. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what? No, actually, reverse punishment. You have to watch. Make sure you check us out on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com. We'll check you out there. You guys have a safe and wonderful holidays.
Happy holidays.